And another thing I do learn, like I always go with last episode, when you play a one and you stepping into your purpose, 9 times out of 10, the universe gonna start, um, you know, aligning the stars for you along the way. It get weird like that.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Just put in the work, just stay focused, and when like you said, when changes and shit, when you need to learn like what to do in a change and everything, that's when them stars get the aligning out of nowhere. You be like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of opened up the door for what your mind couldn't fathom. Because, like you said, don't go in it with the mindset I can't, because then you can't. But you go in it, you can, and you don't know how you gonna do the shit. Do what you can do, and then the universe gonna do what you can't do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So like let's talk about this journey in terms of our own experiences, right? So
Right.
like for you, like what would you say your purpose is?
My purpose, oh man, is helping and healing people, bro. Like getting out of these cycles. Like I just see the cycle from my life to my fathers, to my grandfathers, and even with my mother, his like my grandma, and just I just be in the cycles and see like, oh, if I keep this shit going on, because now I'm the head of my family, ironically.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma passed, my father passed, and just like, okay, it's all of these women, and I got a daughter, but I'm like the only man. So what can I do different from my granddaddy and daddy and everything else to kind of smooth all this shit over and get out of these fucked up curses? You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I said and I watched it, and I know what's going on. I can call all this bullshit down the line, and it's just like, do I want to step in it and keep it going, or kind of just get out of it, do my own thing, and change it? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, and I'm into that and helping people. Just like I said, I heal myself with this cannabis, and that kind of intrigued me to just teach people and show them you can, and get out of old ways, and just, you know what I'm saying, figure out what works for you. I can't tell nobody else what their purpose is, because there's a lot of purposes, but as long as you get out your way, you'll find it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, and that's so true. That's so true. Like, I think purpose is something that is like all encompassing. Like, it's a grand scheme thing. Like, purpose can be your career, purpose can be how you show up in your family, purpose can be how you show up in the world. Like, it's levels to purpose. But I do think it's so important to find out where you fit in the world and what it is that you do, right? Because I feel like once you find your why in life, like, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
going on that journey becomes so much. Even though the journey is difficult, it's worth it because you find like a whole new level of peace, right? you
Right.
find you find peace, you find strength, you find like contentment with being here, because it's just like we walk the world chasing false idols thinking that the false idols will give you purpose, when in reality the purpose starts from the inside out, and then everything else is attracted to you once you in it, if that makes sense.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because like even for me, like, you know what I'm saying, where I'm at in my process and my cycle is identifying like, okay, like part of my purpose, like I do a podcast, but the purpose is to help people.
That's
The
where I'm at with it.
Yeah, where it's like my purpose is to help people and help them to come up out of these dark places and spaces and be able to show them like, yo, we can go beyond where it is that we are. You
Hey,
know what I'm Yeah, where it's just like we don't have to stay here. Go ahead.
now I'm just saying, you hitting it right on the nose, because it's like when I say help people, people don't know I've been like, if people want to get help with sickness and like that, like shit like that. I've been sick. I've been overweight. I've been broke. I've been everything there is to be that motherfucker have an excuse for. And I can kind of help people with that shit, man. Like, now if you a certain size, you can get out of that. If you don't got something wrong with you, can get out of that. If you broke right now and don't know your way, you can get out of that. But I ain't gonna come to you telling you some shit that I ain't never been through and have already conquered. You know what I'm saying? I done
It's
mastered
that
that stuff.
part. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like ain't nobody sitting up here telling you nothing that they have already done. And that's what's so funny to me. Like when you talk to somebody and trying to help them and they hit you with the, well, I can't, well, I can't, well, I can't. It's just like, well, I ain't got nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I can tell you that I've been where you've been, but you don't want to believe, you're not in a space to believe me right now. And I can even understand that because I was the person that was going to tell you, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't, you know? Like we done been here, you know what I'm saying? We done been here. It's almost like when you a child and your parents are trying to show you something and you be like, man, you don't know what you talking about. And then you get older and be like, they knew exactly what they was talking about because they
This
done
shit
lived
ain't
there
hard
and
unless
did
you
it.
make it.